Colin's asked me to say a few words before we set off. First of all, I want to pay a special mention of thanks to Colin and his fantastic team of volunteers for the wonderful show that they did in the park yesterday. It was absolutely brilliant and a lot of hard work, but even the weather was good to us and it was a great day. But today we're really here to talk about Richard Trevithick and his link with Dartford. It's right and proper that we're here because this is where Richard lodged when he was employed by J&E Halls. Now the unfortunate thing is he only lived in Dartford for a year. He contracted pneumonia and he actually died in one of the bedrooms here at the Bull and Vic. It was only known as a Bull then, and as I understand it, they have refurbished both the bed and the bedroom since that day. But this is Richard's link here with Dartford. He was employed by J&E Halls for a special project, never completed. Unfortunately, when he died, he was penniless. And this is where we're off to next, up to St Edmund's Pleasance, to lay a wreath in an unmarked tomb because it was a pauper's grave, and it took all of the workers of J&E Halls to run a collection to actually give him a decent burial, and also to, which I think brilliant, to pay the guards who stood at his graveside to make sure that they didn't take his body, because the body snatchers were around at that time. So we're back 1833. So his workmates did that, which I think is a great deal for our employers in Dartford. We look after our employees in Dartford as well. Trevithick sort of remembered as the pioneer for the steam engine, and I think it's great. His first one was called the Puffin Devil, and his second one was called the Catch Me Who Can, and it went at the breakneck speed, and you'll never believe this, the breakneck speed of 12 miles per hour, which is pretty good for those days. But what we also need to do is not just remember Trevithick's link, but also everything else that has gone on in Dartford and part of its very, very rich industrial heritage. Now, I get moaned at by the leader, who will glare at me for this, but I'm going to read some of them out. We all know J&E Halls, refrigerated ships, escalators, lifts, you name it, Halls diversified. And it was great to see the Halfords omnibus in the park yesterday. Borough's Welcome, all that they did for the pharmaceutical industry. But perhaps lesser known, William Aspdin. He was the discoverer of Portland cement. Swanscott wouldn't have existed without Portland cement. Brian Donkin, paper making, revolutionary guide for paper making. John Marshall, the inventor of the dandy roll. If it wasn't for John Marshall, we wouldn't have banknotes produced the way they are today, because he did the continuous printing to get the watermarks in the banknotes. Hiram Maxim, guns, flight. John Spillman, foolscap paper, the watermark in the paper. That's all in Dartford. And perhaps more recently, we've got Dick Denny, Dartford Road, the Vox amplifier. Dartford, where would the Rolling Stones be today? Where would the Beatles be without Dick Denny and the Vox amplifier? And more recently, Electrosonic, firm along in Sutton, the video wall. Again, a Dartford company that produced that. So I'm Mayor of Dartford, I'm proud to be Mayor. Jeremy's leader, he's proud to be leader of this fine borough that we live in. But we've got to remember it's also got a lot of pride in its industrial heritage and the innovations that have been made. It's all right, Jeremy has been getting on at me that I'd never be able to say that for the whole past hour. And the innovations that Dartford residents, workers in Dartford have done. So can I thank Colin and the team, thank all of the exhibitors who turned up yesterday and today, and next year, who knows, it might be even bigger than the fantastic event we had this year. So thank you all very much indeed.